Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. Time for more aggressive growth stock picks now with Bill Wilton. Bill is our aggressive growth stock analyst at Zacks.com. And I've never really heard you talk about these two. You may have written about them in the past. Maybe we just didn't talk about them here. Synaptics, SYNA, the ticker symbol.
Yeah, they're on the NASDAQ. What they do is they specialize in touchpads for mobile devices. You know, you'll see the mice on the iPhone, or not on the iPhone, on laptops rather, where they've got the pad.
Yeah.
You know, you just use your finger instead of an actual mouse. They make devices like that for laptops and other mobile devices.
Okay.
So obviously, you know, being a tech company, they are on the NASDAQ. Their most recent earnings report was back in April. Here we are in the middle of earnings season, so it seems like everyone's last report was 3 months ago or right around the corner.
Right.
So they're going to be reporting on the 30th, but they're coming off of their last report. They came in with earnings per share of 26 cents. That was 6 cents higher than the Zacks consensus estimate on revenue. That was up about 28% to $100 million. Right now, the full year Zacks consensus estimate is $1.63. Which is 61% year-over-year growth, so that's fantastic. One of the other things that I really like about this company is that their return on equity is about 37%, which is about 10 times the average for their industry, so that's absolutely fantastic. I mentioned the growth rates a little bit earlier, and one of the most important things is not overpaying for that growth. So right here you can see that I've highlighted their PEG ratio is just over 1.0. They call that GARP, or growth at a reasonable price, so that's going to be important to all growth investors. And right now they've got an excellent long-term trend. You know, I've zoomed out to about a full year chart here, and you can see that there is some noise there, but they continuously bounce off that long-term trend line. Right now, you know, hopefully we can catch them on a bounce up and get a little bit extra of that upside movement out of it.
All right, and then on the 24th of July, you wrote about Novo Nordisk. Boy, say that 3 times. NVO, the ticker symbol. They manufacture pharmaceutical products.
What they do is they specialize in insulin and diabetic products. They also do some hormone therapy and what they call homeostasis management, which is essentially keeping your hormones in line where they're supposed to be. Again, their most recent report was back in April, but sales were up 18%. They made 35% more profits, and the earnings estimates for this year, according to Zacks.com, are $3.17 this year, which is about a 3 or 4% growth, and $3.77 for next year, which is 19% growth. And those are after all 5 analysts that we poll have raised their guidance going into the next earnings announcement, which is going to be on the 29th of this month. Here you can see they're maintaining their Zacks rank of a #1 with that Zacks recommendation of a buy, and they're also priced pretty well, right near 1.0 with those growth rates.
Interesting here, very interesting, that their debt-to-equity ratio is very, very small.
Absolutely, and that's very rare for a lot of these biotechs and companies that rely heavily on research and development. Usually they're taking out a lot of debt you know, to fund all the research. So that's another reason why I really like them. Having no debt gives you a lot more flexibility, especially in the tough credit environments that we're in right now.
Sure.
As far as the chart goes, they've just broken out of a long-term resistance level. You can see here that they've got plenty of room to run up before they start challenging their previous 52-week high, which is fantastic. And as we know, companies that set new 52-week highs usually go on to set higher ones.
Do you own either of these two?
I do not.
Well, why not, Bill? I'm just joking. We update Zacks Rank Buy stocks in each of the investment categories each day on our homepage on Zacks.com. And so if you go to the upper right-hand corner of that homepage, you will see the latest stocks that the different analysts are writing about. And you click on any of those headlines in any of those investment categories, and it'll take you to the text version of their stories, as well as an archive of others that they've written about in the recent past. With Bill Wilton, I'm Terry Ruffalo.